What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to another gun guide. This is the series where I cover all the stats of every one of the weapons in CoD WW2. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the PTRS-41. Now in real life, the PTRS is actually an anti-tank rifle. If you see the size of the round, it is absolutely massive. It's designed to punch through tanks, not necessarily for people. It's a Soviet rifle that fires a 14.5 by 114mm round. In CoD WW2, it's a sniper rifle with the highest damage in the game at 99 before the multipliers, which, keep in mind, the multipliers are what take it over that 100 damage value, which makes it the one-shot kill. Our rate of fire is 85 rounds per minute, which is the fastest in the sniper rifle category, aside from the Carabin, but the Carabin's more so a two-shot sniper. And with rapid fire, we can bump that up to 112 rounds per minute. As for our one-shot kill area, as you can see here, literally anywhere on the body, even in the toe, is going to be a one-shot kill with the PTRS, so it is by far the most powerful sniper rifle in the game. Getting into our aim down sight time, this is the big downside to this rifle. It's got an aim down sight time of 450 milliseconds, which is definitely the slowest in the sniper rifle category, keeping in mind that the Kar98 and the M1903 Springfield, which are already kind of on the slower side, aim down sight in 420 milliseconds. As for our sprint out time, it's a little bit faster than our aim down sight time at 420 milliseconds. Generally, sprint out time isn't that big of an issue with sniper rifles anyways. Our movement speed is standard for the sniper category at 95%, and our aim down sight strafe speed is also standard for snipers at 40%. Getting into capacity, our standard magazine capacity is 5 rounds with 25 in reserve, and with extended mags we can bump that up to 7 rounds with 35 in reserve. As for our reload add time, which is the amount of time it takes to reload without any unnecessary animations at the end, this is actually quite fast for the PTRS at just 2.52 seconds. A couple other things to note, our idle sway is right in line with the Springfield, which is tied for the worst in the sniper rifle category. There is quite a bit of idle sway with this gun, so you definitely want to be holding your breath for those longer range shots, and also ballistic calibration as well as scoped are great options for this sniper rifle. One last thing to cover before we get into my favorite attachments as well as best class setup for this gun. This is aim assist. With this sniper rifle, it falls right in line with the Kar98 and the Springfield, which means we only get aim assist when we're holding our breath with this rifle. If we're not holding our breath, we get absolutely no aim assist whatsoever. So this brings us to my favorite attachments to use on this. The top two attachments that I'm going to be using pretty much anytime I ever use this gun, it's going to be ballistic calibration as well as extended mags. First off, that idle sway is very high, so I really like to keep that in check with ballistic calibration. And second, a 5-round magazine with the rate of fire that this gun has is a little bit on the small side, so I like to bump that up to 7 rounds. Aside from that, I kind of like the 4x sight on this, and then also FMJ is a great option. Even without FMJ though, you're generally going to be able to get a one-shot kill on enemies through that thin type of cover, but with FMJ you can now punch through medium cover and still get one-shot kills. So this brings us to my best class setups for the PTRS. First up, we have more of a traditional sniping class. We're using the Mountain Division, which makes it so we don't have that red name tag above our head for the counter snipers that are trying to pick us off. We're using ballistic calibration, extended mags, and FMJ with this one. Our basic training is going to be lookout, so we can see those red name tags a lot easier unless they are using Mountain as well. Our secondary is a 9mm SAP with extended mags, our lethal is a sticky grenade, and our tactical is a stun grenade. This one is great for just hanging back and locking down a lane. Since this gun is a one-shot kill anywhere in the body and it's a semi-auto, it's often excellent for completely shutting down an enemy team in a particular lane. Next up, we have a bit more of an aggressive class. Although this gun is really held back by its aim down sight time, you can still kind of quickscope with it against lesser skilled enemies. As soon as you come up against somebody that really knows what they're doing, you're likely to have a lot of problems quickscoping against them. With this one, we're using the Armor Division for that explosive resistance as well as that flinch resistance. That's a big thing if you're trying to quickscope. You don't want to be flinching all over the place, and Armored helps quite a bit with that. Our attachments are once again ballistic calibration and extended mags, but this time instead of FMJ, we're using the 4x sight, which I just really like with this gun. I don't often use it with sniper rifles, but with this one, I really enjoy the 4x sight. Our basic training on this one is going to be duelist, and we're going to be pairing that with the 1911 with steady aim. Those dual 1911s are very, very powerful up close. They're actually just as powerful, if not more powerful than a lot of the shotguns in this game. And this allows you to be really aggressive. If you get yourself into a really tricky situation where you're right up close, swap to these pistols and it's easy kills for you. Once again, our lethal is a sticky grenade and our tactical is a stun grenade. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's gun guide. As always, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this gun? What do you guys think of the PTRS? Do you really like it? Do you hate it? Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I prefer sniper rifles that aim down sight a little faster, and I really feel like I don't need that ability to get one-shot kills to the foot or to the legs or anything like that, because generally I am going to be aiming for the upper body anyways. and I feel like it's just unnecessary. Having said that, the fact that this is a semi-auto will sometimes allow you to rack up some pretty good kill feeds with this gun. If you guys have missed any previous episodes to Gun Guides, I've now covered every gun that's currently in the game at the time of recording this, although I do expect some new ones to be coming very soon. I will leave a link to the playlist down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.